Last time on Camping with the Coles. We made our way 2,500 kilometers to Ben's sister's place in Alvin, Texas. It started off with lots of rain and ended with sweltering heat. The trailer suffered on the drive too. Ben noticed a tire wearing unevenly, which led to the discovery of an axle being bent and in dire need of replacement. Of course, it's the weekend, and we head home in a couple of days.
I had no idea how we were going to get this fixed in time. Troy said matter-of-factly, "We need to get an axle and put it on." That type of job is well beyond my capabilities and comfort level, but with Troy's confidence and expertise, that's exactly what we did. We found a place in the next town over that had an axle in stock. We picked it up and set to work removing the old one and putting on the new one. It took about 3 hours, and it was done. We are having a great time. Spending the weekend here, kind of lounging by the pool all day, having good conversations with my siblings and my mom.
Catching up.
Yeah, real good, relaxing time.
Even though it's stinking hot, again.
Except I spent most of the morning taking an old axle off our trailer and putting a new axle on our trailer, and that was a bit of a job, a bit of expense, and having to get a new tire put on our rim and getting it all done, but it looks
Always
like we're
an
all
adventure.
done, and I think we'll be able to head home.
Fingers crossed. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
See what more trouble we can get ourselves into.
We're going to go to a weigh scale, and I have a feeling we are overweight because we're packed like Cheryl likes to pack. So
don't blame me.
We'll find out, and if we're overweight, then we got to figure out what we're doing because I don't want to be leaving all our stuff here in Texas.
We'll figure out something.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Can't see. It's fogging up. So I just looked at the weather. Hey. High of 37 with a humidex of 47. How do we always luck out with these excessive heat waves when we come down here?
It's another beautiful day in Texas.
I can't even see.
As soon as you come outside, everything instantly fogs up.
Oh, our windows and our ceiling in the trailer, they're dripping.
So it's a humidex of 47 today. It feels like 47 Celsius.
Our auto cooler isn't even working. It's too hot. It won't keep anything cool in it.
Yeah. And boy, it sure was fun working on the axle when it had a humidex of about 42 yesterday. That was enjoyable.
It would be fun.
Today is my sister's birthday.
And it's Father's Day.
And it's Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to you and to me.
And to you.
Yeah. Not to you.
Not to me.
No.
No.
And we're going to have a bit of a party here. And
see how anyone's left standing.
Yeah. I think it'll be a lot of time spent in the pool.
Yeah.
The pool and hanging out at the hot tub with Cheryl Ann is my mama. Well, it's not really.
Is your mama?
No, with my mama.
Okay.
Cheryl, smile. Yeah.
Now, it's not really a hot tub right now. It might be a little bit cooler than the main pool.
Cool.
Because he switched it out.
Yeah. It's nice.
So we got some well water going in here to cool it off because it was temperature in the pool was 95 yesterday, and it's about 90 right now.
Does not feel good.
So at 90, it feels very cool and refreshing.
Yeah, it's a hot day. I'm hanging in the sunshine. You should hit me with the splash gun so I cool down. Won't you come on over? We can party till the sun's down. Baby, let me buy you a drink while we're dancing a blink. I could go for some Queen Bee too. Macy's going boom boom. Baby, if you're looking for some crazy,
Oh, they respond.
You got a scamper, buddy. No. He is gonna scamper. Richard, no running on the deck. Look at the dog.
Oh yeah, he's gotta get in and everything.
Here comes Jack.
Paradise. So bring your A game, cause you know this party won't stop.
Oh, first of all, none of you had to bring anything at all except for Mom. And I greatly appreciate you guys for dragging her along because I know it probably took some convincing.
I can't believe
You
it.
think?
You think? But you came, and I'm so excited that you're all here. Thank you so much.
Hey,
No
hey.
try.
You definitely didn't need to bring anything at all, but like I said, other than mom, I appreciate it.
I needed to bring my trailer so Troy could fix it.
Yeah, there you go. Except for that.
You know everybody's looking for a ride in the water slide.
Oh my God, my lips are on fire right now.
Really?
This is so hot and spicy. Have you had the corn on the cob yet?
Absolutely.
The corn on the cob does it. It's so spicy.
Did you have a Brussels sprout?
No.
Okay, there you go. Brussels sprout is the hottest thing I ate so far.
Brussels sprout is a spicy.
Happy birthday to you. And many more.
Come on.
Everybody's standing in a line for the water slide. You can come on over. We can take the roller coaster. And you know everybody's looking for a ride in the water slide. Water slide.
The trailer was 20 pounds over the maximum weight, and the truck was 310 pounds below the maximum weight. Because I removed some weight at my sister's place, I estimate that we were approximately 150 pounds overweight during the drive down. Currently on the Bolivar Galveston Ferry. It's 2.7 miles. It takes us from Galveston Island back to the mainland. And the cost of this, that's right, zero. It doesn't cost anything to take this ferry. I believe it's about an 18-minute ride. And it's just a different way that we're going to go home.
It's really hot, and the dogs have to stay in the vehicle.
Yeah, and the vehicles have to be turned off.
Look at that ship
So all the
right
windows are down.
Show them that.
Sorry, buddy, you gotta stay inside there. Yeah, you gotta stay inside on this trip. We'll get the air conditioning on soon, buddy. So this is us, site number 39 at Natchez State Park. We have a water and electric site, no sewage. It was supposed to be waterfront. It's kind of waterfront. It's kind of mud front, a little bit of water. You can't make it to the water because you'll sink in the mud. It's a nicely treed area. Sites are decently spaced apart, but not a lot of privacy. You can see a lot of people here. They can all see you. Good thing is the pad is very level, and so we didn't have to unhook anything at all. We just put the stabilizing jack down, just to help with the bounce when we're in the trailer, and the tongue jack, and then all the stabilizing jacks down.
Natchez State Park is located just outside of Natchez, Mississippi. It has 44 campsites with water and electric, along with a picnic table, grill, and fire ring for $25 per night plus $8 reservation fee. There are 6 full-service sites for $5 more. There are 8 primitive sites and 10 lakeside cabins. There's a boat launch into Natchez Trace, which is stocked with catfish, bream, and largemouth bass. No swimming is permitted. There are also nature trails and disc golf.
And it seems to be very typical of the parks that we've seen on this trip so far. It's June 20th right now. For the Americans, this is the middle of the summer season. All the kids are out of school. This is prime camping season. And about a week ago, I went and had a look and saw only 3 of these sites were reserved at this park. I look now and I see people are camped in 6 spots. And there's a lot of empty sites. That sort of thing doesn't happen in Canada. You might see empty sites, but when you look online, everything's booked. Here, there's a lot of availability. Every campground we went to, there's been a lot of availability. But today's drive is going to be an awesome drive because the entire drive today is on the Trace.
Not so much bouncy, that's good.
Yeah. And,
all flat.
And no stop and go traffic. So we are on our way to Tishomingo State Park.
It's starting to rain good now.
And I think it should take about 6 hours to get there. Oh my gosh, Cheryl, I'm feeling a little congested now. There's so much traffic here. I got a vehicle in front and a vehicle behind. That's the most traffic we've ever had around us on the Natchez Trace Parkway. I guess this is rush hour. I'm freaking out.
There it is way up there. I don't know. Oh. Let's see it there. Vehicle behind us. Yeah, it's a little busy for us right now. Stopped in on the Natchez Trace Parkway Visitor Center, and I was giving this for Jax, a little dog tag that says Natchez Trace Parkway, and a Bark Ranger certificate, and some poop bags, so we're all set. They're pretty dog friendly on the Trace. He got a little dog biscuit at the other visitor center in Clinton that we were at.
Okay, when you're coming out of the trailer, watch that step, it's a doozy. This is us, site number 3 at Tishomingo State Park near Tupelo, Mississippi. It's on a very old concrete slab that is not at all level in any direction. Cheryl was a little nervous watching me back up onto it because it's quite a drop off on the other side. The site's really big, very rustic. The water tap was broken on top, so I had to use some vice grips to turn on the water.
Hey Ben, can you hear me?
Over here.
Can I throw you the stakes?
I found a level spot on the site.
Well, okay, I'll bring the food down to you shortly.
Okay, pack a snack on the way.
Oh, God. Tishomingo State Park is located in Tishomingo, Mississippi. It has 35 campsites with water and electric, along with a picnic table, grill, and fire pit for $25 per night, plus an $8 reservation fee. There are 24 full-service sites for $5 more.
Okay, unfortunately, when you're reserving these sites, there's no pictures on the website at all, so you have no idea what they look like. Right now, we're in the premium sites. These have water, electric, and sewage, where ours just have water and electric. I think it's $5 more. If I would have known what these sites looked like, I definitely would have paid the extra $5. This is really nice in this area.
There are 17 primitive sites, 6 cabins, and 1 cottage. There are 3 picnic pavilions, 3 18-hole disc golf courses, a compass course, 7 hiking trails ranging from 0.7 miles to 3 miles. There's a boat launch into Haynes Lake, which is a 45-acre freshwater lake stocked with catfish, bream, and bass. Swimming is not permitted in the lake.
This is us, Nolin Lake State Park in Mammoth Cave, Kentucky, site number 12. This site has water and electric, there's no sewage. Cheryl likes the proximity to the comfort station, which is right across the street. In the state parks, they call what we would call a comfort station in Ontario parks, they call a bathhouse here.
Nolin State Park is in Mammoth Cave, Kentucky. It has 32 campsites with water and electric, along with a picnic table and fire pit for $30 per night, plus a $6 reservation fee. There are 27 primitive sites. There is a playground and a beach for swimming. There's a boat launch into the 5,795-acre lake called Nolin Lake River. The lake has bass, walleye, catfish, and crappie. There are also 2 hiking trails and a mountain biking trail. There's a small outdoor nature center for the kids.
Now let's talk cell service when you're Canadian visiting the USA. Our plan is with Kudo in Canada. In order to travel to the USA, we have to go under Rome, and it costs $12 a day to continue using our package as it's intended to be used. So it's $12 a day. We're here for 10 days. It's $120 for my phone, $120 for Cheryl's phone. Seems pretty expensive. So I researched it a little bit and found that you can get a USA SIM card and purchase a plan. What I did is I went online on Amazon, and we purchased a couple of SIM cards from Giant Tree Canada. We're not sponsored by them or anything. This is just the people we went with. It looked to be one of the better prices out there. And so far on this trip, it's worked quite well for us. You can get a 10-day plan. You get a SIM card from T-Mobile, and it has unlimited data, unlimited cell phone, texting, all that sort of stuff. So this made it really nice when traveling down. We're able to use Android Auto, which uses Google Maps in order to do our navigation coming down here. And we could surf the internet, do whatever we needed to do, listening to Spotify on the way down too. That's using data. So it's really nice that we can use all that, and it's unlimited. Now the drawback to this is you don't have your regular phone number. it gives you an American phone number. So before going down, you need to notify your friends and family, whoever you think might be in contact with you in the next 10 days, and let them know that you have a new number exclusively for those 10 days. So anything that's going to your regular phone number or texting, you're not going to get. Now, if you have a phone that has 2 SIM card slots, you can keep your regular one in there and put this one in. Also, what you can do, and I really haven't looked into it too far, is you can get an eSIM from Giant Tree, and it's an electronic SIM card that you can put on your phone. Or what you can do is through Kudo, you can make your SIM card into an eSIM, and Kudo charges for that. Then you don't actually have a SIM card in your phone from Kudo, and you can put this Giant Tree SIM card in your phone. But we didn't do that. We just went with a completely separate number, and we're not using our regular number for this trip. And so far, it's worked pretty good for us. I'll put the link in the description below for Giant Tree. And they have 10-day packages, 15-day packages, 1-month packages, all at different prices. You can check them all out there. Good morning. We just left Nolin Lake State Park in Mammoth Cave, Kentucky.
And what a drive that was.
But yesterday, last night, I upload all my footage at night. I went and had a look at yesterday's footage, and most of yesterday's footage had no sound for some reason. So our talk about the day before wasn't there at all, so we're going to talk about that now. So 2 days ago, we left
2 days ago.
Natchez State Park.
We did.
In Mississippi, and we had one of our best driving days ever because
all on the trace.
Yeah, the entire distance, the entire day of driving was on the trace.
Mm-hmm.
We only left the trace once for gas.
And once to the visitor center?
Yeah, in the Clinton Visitor Center. Yep. So the rest of the day was driving on the trace, low stress. It was awesome. And then we arrived at Tishomingo State Park. So anyway, then yesterday we left Tishomingo, and there is a bit of a detour because part of the trace is closed because they're repaving it. So we had to do quite a big roundabout side road area thing.
For the second time.
Yeah, and some scary roads and stuff.
Yeah.
But we finally got back on the trace, and hours on the trace again, which was great, until the trace finally ended near Nashville, and then we were back on interstates. And that leads us to yesterday, arriving at Nolin Lake State Park.
There's a Nolin State Park and Nolin Lake State Park.
And they seem to be side by side. Nice campsites. This is a park that has a beach and a swimming area. That's unusual because in a lot of the parks we've been to, there's no swimming. So this was nice, and it was a nice temperature. Well, it was raining a bit when we got there, but we got up this morning.
We could finally sleep without the air conditioning. We just had our fan.
And what was the temperature this morning when we got up?
18, I think.
18 degrees. We were very pleased with that. 18 is glorious to us right now after 37 and humidex of 47. So we're very pleased with that. And now we are on our way to Maumee Bay State Park in Ohio. And
We've been there before.
Yeah, it's on the shore of Lake Erie. So that's almost home. We miss Lake Erie. We'll be camping there in a couple weeks when we go to Rock Point Provincial Park. And the problems keep piling up. We just got on I-65 entering Louisville. We were taking a cutoff, so Cheryl go to a bathroom break, and a trucker pulled up alongside us and said that our driver's side front wheel on our trailer, it is wobbling all over the place. So now we got to have a look at that, figure out what's going on there. So
here we are again, yet another problem.
Never-ending saga of what's going on with the trailer and the truck. Anyway, the truck sounds like a hog because I got an exhaust leak on it, so that's something I got to deal with, but at least you don't have a safety issue there. But with the trailer, I called a few different places when we were in the parking lot, and I jacked it up and I felt a little bit of wobble in the wheel. Called a few places, wasn't getting any luck at all. Did a Google search, found this place called Skaggs RV Outlet, 1 mile from where we were. So we drove right over here. It's an RV dealership and very helpful people. They're able to get us in right away. We're getting it checked on right now. We're hoping it's not too expensive, and we're really hoping that we can get on our way as quickly as possible. But it's very positive that they got us in right away, and we're hopeful. So here's our tire. Looks all good. Look at this. Look at the twist in it there, and how flattened it is there. Turns out this is just a tire issue. This tire is from 2016. You should replace your tires after 5 years. This is 7 years old, and yeah, it was just about to blow. So we're very fortunate we got it done now, and fortunate that that's all it is, just a tire. So we're good to go. We're getting a spare put on right now because they don't have another tire to replace right now. We'll hit a discount tire on the way and get the spare replaced. So we just put the spare on, drove out of there. I called Discount Tire 3 miles away, and they have one. So here to Discount Tire, I'm getting the new tire put on. By the time we get out of here, it'll probably be 4 hours behind.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Basically, because of a tire that needed to be replaced.
But we need to get there alive, so that's to
I
be
wish
done.
I would have just known it was the tire, and I could have swapped it out, and it would have been a 15-minute deal. But I didn't know, and at least have the peace of mind now, knowing it's not the axle or anything else, it was just the tire.
And we just didn't know, so better to have it checked by the professionals.
Yep. So we'll hit the road and hopefully get there before it's dark. So at Skaggs RV Outlet, one of the other things they did is they took off both tires, or both wheels, on the front axle and checked the bearings to make sure they were okay. And they are, so that's just a little comforting to know. And they didn't bother checking the rear axle because Troy and I put that axle on a few days ago, and we put more grease in there, so that's assumed to be good. But it's nice to have that inspection done. All the bearings were repacked in November, so as expected, they were all good. So it's about 11 p.m. right now. We arrived at our site about 20 minutes ago. Did a very quick setup. We didn't unhook or anything. Put the tongue jack down to take off some weight, put the stabilizer jacks down, and open up the slide out. I went and grabbed a jug of water, So we have some water here tonight because it's only electrical here, no water. And I didn't bother going and filling up our tanker or anything. We're only here for one night. Getting swarmed by these bugs. Don't know really what they are. They don't bite at all, so that's a good thing. But I'll show you what I'm talking about. Look at them all over the front of the truck right there. Not really sure what they are, but they've been buzzing around our heads and going up my nose and everything as we're trying to set up. A little bit frustrating, but we're here, we're settled. Gonna take Jax for a walk and then call it a night because this has been quite the day. Okay, those bugs are apparently mayflies. That's what the guy said at the comfort station. I gotta show you the video that I just took at the comfort station. I took it with my phone. Everything you see on the ground here are these mayflies. And as you hear me walking up to them, the crunching sound, that's me stepping on the mayflies. This is absolutely insane. Well, this is us, Maumee Bay State Park, near Toledo, Ohio, on the shore of Lake Erie. We have Site 150.
Maumee Bay State Park is just outside of Toledo, Ohio, on the shore of Lake Erie. It has 252 electric sites, along with a picnic table and fire pit for $31 per night, plus a $6.50 reservation fee. There are 24 deluxe cottages, 1 yurt, 3 rent-a-camp units consisting of a tent, dining fly, cooler, cook stove, and other equipment. There is a 57-acre inland lake suited for sailing, canoeing, and other non-motorized boats with a sandy beach for swimming. Then there is Lake Erie, suitable for fishing for walleye, channel catfish, freshwater drum, smallmouth bass, and yellow perch. There's also a sandy beach for swimming on Lake Erie. There's a lakeside amphitheater. There's a 5-mile cycling/hiking trail, and 2 hiking trails that are 2 miles and 6 miles. There is a basketball court, horseshoe pits, playgrounds, nature center, 18-hole golf course, a lodge, and a full-service restaurant. Unfortunately, we didn't see much of what this park had to offer because of our late arrival and the morning rain. We may have to come back and check out this park again some other time.
I burned out like a wandering ember. I shone bright, then my journey was over. What I sought when I ran was back where I began. No matter the rain, no matter the storm, I'm coming home. I'm coming home.
Yay, we're back in Canada, safe and sound.
Hallelujah, it's good to be back in Ontario again. Yeah, I think I want to stay in Canada for a long time now.
Yeah, that was too hard on our vehicles, that heat and those crappy roads.
Yeah, Kentucky, you got to do better with your roads.
And Michigan.
And a little bit of Mississippi.
Louisiana, no, yeah. Pretty much
There's
everywhere.
some very rough roads.
Yeah.
And I think that's what caused a lot of problems.
Yeah, we're bouncing a lot.
So we just breezed through the border. That was great.
And
we'll be home shortly.
The border security said, "What a good puppy we have." He was just looking out the window. He's an excellent traveler. All right. Homeward Bound.
I'm coming home. Leave open the gate. Don't turn off the light. I'm coming home.
Well, it's time again for Cole's notes for our big Texas trip.
I'd like to start off by thanking my sister Susan and her husband Troy for hosting us.
For taking care of us, for feeding us fabulous meals, providing us with cool air, a pool, and most of all, our trailer issues that we had.
Yeah, Troy. Without Troy, there's no way I would have attempted to repair that axle myself. That's well beyond my wheelhouse. So I want to thank Troy for helping out with that. He saved us on this one.
Otherwise, we would have been stranded there.
Yeah.
Or I would have had to leave our trailer there and come home.
Yeah, so he saved us a lot there. Mm-hmm. Now, in terms of the parks there, what do you think? State parks.
They weren't bad. They were small. which was fine. What I liked about them is most of them, they have a concrete pad, and you can usually get electrical and water and sometimes sewage, which is nice if you're just going for one night. You don't even have to unhook your level. You plug in, that way you don't have to go to a dump station, take forever to fill up, and then go at the end and dump. You do everything is just done at your site.
As far as a park to stay at, like a destination park to spend a week at, most of the parks we were at, they're very small in terms of the number of campsites that they have, and you can pretty much see every other campsite from your site. So there's not a lot of privacy there at all. It's not like Ontario parks at all. It's Ontario parks, you get a lot more privacy. So all in all, I prefer the Ontario parks over any of the state parks that we went to. And of course, we haven't been to every state park, but
they're still fun.
The six we went to.
I still like the state parks. They're comparable to the Ontario parks.
And then you don't ask where the comfort station is. You ask where the
bathhouse is.
Yes, it's a bathhouse.
And I wanted to do loo reviews, but there's no vault toilets at the state parks because I guess they're just that much smaller and they just have a couple bathhouses.
And some thoughts, some things that we've learned on this trip.
Instead of 3 nights going down, I think 4 nights would be more bearable or appropriate because, firstly, the roads were horrendous. There's a lot of up and down bouncing. They're horrible roads. The extreme heat, like in trucks, it went up to 116 degrees. All that contributes to wear and tear on the truck and the trailer. And the truck and trailer need to have a few more breaks when we're driving down, not to push it to the limit. Yeah,
it was so rough. The roads were so rough that on, I think, our second stop, I noticed on the outside of the trailer that a screw was sticking out a little bit, like on the fenders. And so I took a screwdriver out, and then I realized almost every screw on the outside of the trailer had to be tightened. And then on our way back, I noticed that the cap of our truck was sliding back and sliding off. So it had moved about 3 inches. Now, holy cows, the roads were that rough that it shook the cap off of our truck. A lot of wear and tear on a long drive like that. You got to give your vehicle a few more breaks. Yeah, you just have to take into account that you might need to stop a little more, or you might have an emergency or something. So having 12-day driving days, or 12-hour driving days are a little much. So like our Sleeping Giant trip, we tried to keep it to a maximum of 600 kilometers a day. And I think that's much better rather than trying for 800, or I think we had 867 one day. Try to keep it a little shorter, have more nights going there, make for a much more enjoyable trip. So just always account for the unaccountables and be prepared. Okay, Cheryl's motto, be prepared. Be prepared. And that might have been why we were a little overweight, because we were prepared. Of course. Make sure you have a good spare tire. Make sure you have a jug of water for staying overnight when you're boondocking, because we don't travel with water in our tanks. But you still need to have some water for like flushing toilets and feeding the dog water. And so overall, I think we had a pretty adventurous, fun trip. Yeah, it was a good time. That's what road trips are all about. And we're going to do another one, going to PEI this time. And I prefer that we're staying in Canada. Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to do a road trip to PEI. It's going to be a little bit different, though. It's only 2 days or 2 nights of travel to get there and 2 nights of travel to get back. And we're doing 12 nights on PEI. That's right. We're doing 6 nights at one park and 6 nights at another park. And that's going to be coming out in September sometime. So we'll explore that province. So we're expanding our horizons a little bit, not just doing Ontario parks. You're starting to expand out a little bit. And see if you enjoy those types of videos too, and you want to come along with us for that. Let us know what you think. So thanks for watching, and next time you see us, we'll be at Rock Point Provincial Park. That's right. See you then. Bye.